the Kona Fields, October 1989. And my comments today are really about that race. It's quite often difficult for me, not because I was second in that race, but probably more difficult for me just to talk about myself. Most of the time when I'm on camera, I'm usually giving some training advice or mental preparation or something on nutrition. So kind of looking back or reflecting back 25 years ago and on the eve of the Ironman race this year, I'll mention a few things going into that race. It was maybe an unusual year. I was probably more fit in the early part of the year. Mark has always been an incredible athlete. Anytime he stepped to the starting line, any distance, Olympic distance, half Ironman race. And we raced in Australia in April of 1989. It was kind of a long course race, a 4-kilometer swim, 120K bike, and a 30K run. And I felt great that day. It was April and early season for me, never terribly fit at that time, but I think I was ready to race. And I had a small lead on Mark on the swim and was able to build that lead up a bit on the bike. And we started out on the 30K, and historically Mark has had difficulty in Kona for a wide variety of reasons, and I'll let him do his own tape on that. But I felt going into that race in Australia that that 30K might not be a daunting distance for him. Mark passed me early on in the race, made up to 4 minutes, and to this day I think it was one of the greatest races ever. It wasn't Kona 89, it was in Australia, and for those folks that know times, Mark ran I think 138 that year and I was 141 if the math worked out. But great time for a 30K on the end, and in preparing for Kona, I felt that he maybe had dropped some of the mental baggage that he had.